everyone. Today I'm super excited to introduce you to someone who's really shaking things up in the food tech world. Meet Jae Won, or Jay as he likes to go by. He's the founder and CEO of GoPizza. He's one of the Forbes Asia's most influential CEOs 30 under 30, as listed in 2019, which was a huge deal, and it really put GoPizza on the map. It all started with a food truck by the Han River in Seoul back in 2016, and now GoPizza has grown to over 200 outlets across 7 countries. How cool is that? Yes, his journey is pretty inspiring, but what's really interesting is how he's using AI and automation to make GoPizza stand out. We're talking about pizzas baked in under 5 minutes with patented ovens and AI systems that ensure each pizza is top notch. What's even more impressive is how GoPizza has expanded so quickly. With big plans to enter the US market next, they recently got a $10 million dollar funding investment from CPO in Thailand, which is going to help them grow even more. And it doesn't stop here. He's a family man with a passion for branding and a vision to make GoPizza the pizza everywhere company. So today we'll dive into how he's doing all this and what's next for GoPizza. So let's give a warm welcome to Jae Won, the man behind GoPizza. Hi.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for the good introduction, Corey.
It's so nice to see you here and join us today. And let's begin the interview. So Jay, you started from a food truck, and from that to the cool ovens that bake pizzas super fast. Can you tell us when did the tech angle get in the picture? How did GoPizza had that tech angle and how it has evolved over the years?
Yeah, so there are 4 different technologies that we mainly develop and also commercialize. The first is the par-baked dough, which is a pre-made dough that we supply to the store, and store part-timers will just open it and use it right away like a toast bread. Second thing is the oven, and third thing is the AI smart topping table. And fourth is the GoBot station, which cuts the pizza and keeps the pizza in a warm queue before it's served. So first technology that came about was par-baked dough and oven, because I was working at a pizza franchise before I started the food truck because I wanted to know what the pizza operation looked like. And I realized the dough takes the most time, labor, and space. So I had to come up with a way to pre-make the dough. And that's when I felt the need for par-baked dough. And also with the par-baked dough combined with a gas-fired oven, which is super high temperature, you can cook pizza in 3 minutes. But with those, I was, selling at a food truck. 1 year after I thought of GoPizza. At the food truck, I realized it's very difficult to use a high temperature oven because you have to keep rotating the pizza. I'm sure you've been to an Italian restaurant where they're rotating the pizza, right? So you have to do that in order to cook like 6 pizza, you have to do that 100 times, hundreds of times. So I made an oven that rotates by itself and also regulates the fire according to the temperature. So these are not rocket science, but combining par-baked dough with an automated oven kind of made our initial dream come true. And that's why the initial technology, I didn't even think of it as a technology. I just thought, I needed a way, I needed a method to cook pizza faster and easier. So that's when I started, using different methods to make pizza.
That's super cool. So the patented ovens and AI systems sound like game changers. So I would like to know how the expansion started and how did you come up with these ideas, and when did you decide that you want to go beyond Korea and expand in Asia and beyond?
Yeah. So the initial goal of GoPizza was to become the McDonald's of pizza. Not only the largest F&B company in the world, but also very accessible brand where customers can enjoy the product, under $5, under 5 minutes, and by themselves. So GoPizza's idea was to make pizza like McDonald's so that it's cheap, it's fast, and it's personal. When we created that with Govin and Par-Baked Dough, we started expanding really quickly in Korea. So we had like 30 stores less than a year. And I realized it's very difficult to maintain the consistency across all the stores. So that's when I came up with the AI smart topping table, where I wanted the AI to be overlooking the pizza entire process of topping, and then we would measure the accuracy of each layer of the topping and even score the pizza. And if you reverse that, you can train new crews, or you can train new menus to existing crews without a person visiting to the store. So it's much more scalable and consistent in real time than a normal traditional operation. And that's why we incorporated the AI technology. And the reason why we incorporated different technologies to make it so scalable and consistent is because we wanted to be global brand from day one. Now, you don't have to say McDonald's it's operating outside of the US. You just say McDonald's is a global brand. So because McDonald's was our role model, we wanted to be like McDonald's
Right.
from beginning, and going overseas was a no-brainer for us. And in order to operate overseas efficiently, we thought, we needed different methods in order to grow faster, but also more consistently.
That's awesome. You're talking about your patented ovens and the AI system. From what I believe, everyone is jumping into the tech-driven systems to in the food tech industry. With that, grab and go pizza game. How does Go Pizza stay ahead of the curve? Do you have uh, plans in mind for the long run?
So it's very important that what you do is actually for the customers. So GoPizza was born because I was a customer who felt the need of, fast and cheap, or, more value for money, or, personal size pizza. And whatever we developed, like food ingredient technology with the par-baked dough, AI technology with the smart topping table, mechanics with Govin, and robotics with GoBot Station, everything we've done was to deliver a different product to a customer. If you're delivering the same pizza, same coffee, same chicken with just robots, customers probably go there once or twice for the sake of it. But if that product doesn't give them a different, unique, proposition, they wouldn't, revisit the brand. So I think what's very important for a food tech brand is that if you're doing a brand and food tech together, you have to make sure the brand is loved by the customer.
Right.
Go Pizza is now selling around 500,000 pizza, or 500,000 customers every month. So we'll be serving around 6 to 8 million people every year, which is a lot of people. So we are a pizza company that is loved by customers before we're a food tech company. So I think it's very important that you have to focus on what's really making you a great brand. A lot of food tech brand end up not being able to sell their food while developing tech.
Right.
So I think that's what differentiates us from many other food tech brands. And there are a lot of cases in even in US or even in India and Korea, that a lot of food tech company pivoted to just supplying the tech to an existing brand. I think that's also a smart strategy. So what makes us really unique is that we're doing both together. And so far, it's been pretty good. So we hope to keep it this way, and we want to focus more on customers, because I think that's the right way.
Yeah, it's interesting that you know both ends in and out as a food tech company and a pizza company, and that's awesome. Um,
So I just want to give you an interesting example of our food and tech focus. So at the intro, you said we have 200 stores in 7 countries. We actually have now 500, and we'll have
oh,
800
that's
by
amazing.
next month. That's because we signed up with the largest convenience store chain in Korea called GS25. They have 18,000 stores. So we are installing our store inside a convenience store. And this is possible because we're supplying them a mini oven, which is, our patented oven in a small size. So to GS25, we are not only selling pizza, we're also selling the oven. So both of them are making good revenue to the company. So this is like a perfect example of how a small startup like us is selling, tech and food at the same time to one of the biggest conglomerates in Korea. So I think that's kind of the definition of food tech. So we are very proud, and we are utilizing it to, maximize our exponential growth these days.
That's interesting, and congratulations on that.
Thank you
Uh,
so much.
Jay, when you look at Asian market at large, uh, how do you think Asian culture or Asian customers are receiving quick pizzas compared to the Western market, which you plan to enter in the coming months? So
Yeah.
how is that? And do you have any challenges that you have faced in the Asian market? And how is the response?
So we are outside of Korea, we're mostly in developing nations, high growth countries. So the common thing about high growth countries like, India and Indonesia, is that people start eating pizza. As the economy gets better, they move from staple to, more westernized palates. So we believe that the market is relatively small to the Western countries now, but the exponential growth, the rate of growth is much bigger in growing countries, especially, India. So while there are not many competition because the market wasn't that big, because the growth will be so big, we want to be part of the growth, right? So we are growing as the Indian economy grows and also the Indian pizza market grows. So I think we're investing in that market to eventually see the results, like big results, maybe in 5 to 10 years. So that's what we're doing. And we're using Korea as the cash cow to back this up because we're, signed up with GS25, and we already have more than 100 stores operating in Korea. And also, we are excited about the Western countries because it's staple there. And by offering a more accessible type of their staple, which is, cheaper and faster and more personal, we think we can fight the competition. So that's our hope. One of the challenges that I have in Asia is that it's like, on the contrary, it's not stable, right? So we mainly focus on our Korean heritage so that we make the customers interested in our brand, because now the Korea is in the big wave. So we have various Korean side menus alongside like Korean toppings. So I think customers are very interested to see what a Korean pizza is like. And then after they experience that, they realize, oh, this pizza is actually more affordable and, good quality and more personal than, the traditional pizza players. So maybe next time I'll come here. And I think that's what's been happening. We make the customers interested in us by focusing on the Korean heritage, but we make them stay with our USP, which are speed, price, and portion.
Um, that's awesome. Jay, GoPizza recently mentioned that they're partnering up to enter the US market. So is your strategy different compared to the Asian market, especially with such tough competition there?
Um, we usually enter countries with 100% subsidiary because we are very serious about the countries that we enter. We're not just selling it off. Um, for US, it's very initial talks with several partners. So we cannot, or we would not like to disclose anything concrete. But the reason why we're trying to look for a partner is because, US is the most big market and also the most fierce competitive market. So we want to test whether our product is accepted by the US customers. And we will definitely, learn something, whether it's good or bad, by doing some pilots. So we're just in talks to do a couple of pilots. And after we see the results of those pilots, we will probably decide whether we want to wait a few months more, a couple of years more, or we want to enter right now. So yeah, we are in very initial talks with the partners to potentially set up pilots in the US. And because it's a completely different market than where we have been operating. So we think it's worth a try.
Just one more question regarding this. You can choose not to answer. When you look for partners, especially in a market like America, what
Mhm.
kind of qualities or vibe are you looking for to make sure that it's a good fit for the current brand?
Well, I think it's same for, all of the markets. Like wherever we go, we want to partner with a company that really understands our brand. Doesn't have to be the biggest company in that country. They could be small or medium, but they really want to make GoPizza work. Because I'm the founder of the brand, and nobody knew, even myself, that we would get here from a food truck, right? And the only thing that made us who we are is perseverance, hard work, and commitment, and problem solving. And I think with the right people, with right intention, um, as in like commitment and perseverance, I think you can make any market work. It's just a matter of time and money. So we want partners who are not maybe the best players now, but potential players who are willing to commit and also wait in time to solve problems together that we face in the market. I want those partners because I believe in problem solving, and we're not a brand like McDonald's. We're not mature enough. We're not global enough. So every market we will have trial and errors, and we would want a partner who want to willingly do that with us.
We hope that you find partners that you're looking for. Um, Jay, what are your thoughts on the sustainability, especially in this industry, and gaining a loyal fan base?
Sustainability in terms of the ESG point or like the business sustainability?
Business sustainability.
Yeah, obviously, to be a brand that's loved by the customer, you just have to keep innovating. So we don't want to be a brand, that comes and just, expand and disappear. Obviously, we want to be the McDonald's of pizza. So the most thing that I'm focused on since the beginning is the product. So because we have shortcuts of making pizza, the shortcuts would have compromise, right? So to make operation easier than our competitors or traditional pizza players, and having the same quality with them is actually quite contradicting. So we have a disadvantage in quality because of our operational advantage. So to match that quality above our competitors or traditional players, it has been my goal since day one, and it's still my goal. And we have made some remarkable progress with the par-baked dough. And par-baked dough, although it's not the sexiest technology that we have, but it's actually the most important technology that we have. So to make the dough taste good, even though it's pre-made in the factory, has been, our goal since day one. So we have a huge factory in Korea. We also built a factory in Bangalore. We also have a factory in Indonesia. That's how much we're committed. We build local factories as a startup. So to be a sustainable business, I don't worry about GoPizza's scalability because we're going to have 2,000 stores by end of this year. It's just that in that 2,000 stores, is our customers satisfied? And to do that, we need good products, but even better than our competitors, even though it's easily made and it's more value for money for the customer. Also for the brand loyalty, it's in the same context. But we haven't been collecting customer data until here because we were more focused on the kitchen tech. But from this year, second half of this year, we are integrating all these front-end customer data collecting tools so that we can accurately measure repeat customers and also new customers in order to do more effective CRMs and so on and so forth.
You mentioned that you want to see GoPizza as the next McDonald's. From what I've learned about McDonald's, even though it's a global company, they're very local with their variety. So how is GoPizza in that sense? How do you tweak things to fit different places and keep awesome GoPizza vibe?
So we would usually have three categories when we enter the market. So it's the traditional like American or European pizzas, like cheese pizza, margarita, pepperoni. We also have a Korean line. As I said, we emphasize on the Korean heritage, like bulgogi pizza or buldak chicken pizza, and side menus like tteokbokki and corn dogs, the Korean side menus. But we also have a local line. For example, in India, we have chicken tikka pizza, paneer cheese pizza, tandoori chicken pizza, and so on. So with these three pillars, we effectively rotate or modulize, different palettes. India is a perfect example because it's most particular market that we are in. We have to divide two lines, vegetarian and non-vegetarian. And inside those two different categories, veggie and non-veg, we have the three categories below that. So we have the most SKUs, number of products in Indian market. And we do have heavy localizing. So when we're in Thailand, when we're in Singapore, when we're in Indonesia, when we're in India, we have a local menu.
That's awesome. My last question was going to be where do you look at, where do you see GoPizza next 5-10 years? But I think you've already answered that. So I would like to ask, what are your immediate expansion plans for this year, maybe?
Yeah. So we eventually want to be the most accessible pizza brand in the world, with more than 10,000 stores, hopefully in the next 5 years. In order to do that, Indian market and also expanding through retailers like GS is most important. So we are going to heavily invest in India to open more corporate-owned stores. We're targeting almost 200 stores next year. And now that we are opening 2,000 stores with GS just in this year, we are also looking for same partners outside of Korea. So it could be, maybe 7-Eleven in Thailand. It could be Family Mart in Japan. It could be the relevant, convenience stores and cinemas and maybe gas stations in respective countries. So hyper growth in growing markets like India and Indonesia That's one pillar, and the other would be, growing exponentially. And as a cash cow business, we would like to partner with retailers.
That's amazing. Uh, with that, I would like to again thank you for joining us today. It was a wonderful, wonderful time interacting with you. Thank you so much. And do you have anything to say to our viewers and readers?
No, I mean, I think, going global these days is it's not a choice. It's a given fact, and you just have to do it in order to not only survive or just to keep growing. So we are glad that we entered India in 2019, just when I almost barely started this business, and we went through the COVID times. But one thing we were sure is that if you have perseverance, if you have the commitment, if you really mean it, I think you can survive in any country. So rather than just thinking too much and strategizing about overseas market, I think it's very important that you go and then you just start something there as you started a business in your own country. So that's just my 2 cents. And I hope to see you in Bangalore, Ori. Thank you for having me.
Likewise, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.